Alright guys, welcome to my example of why not to use the Wild Country Revo for top rope soloing. First I wanted to talk about my setup here. I got my Revo set up on this knot right here, and then I got my gree set up on this knot. So the idea is that the gree is going to be a backup line for just in case anything on this line fails for the sake of demonstration. And then I am using the same rope because I didn't want to bring up more rope than I had to, but both the ends are down there with knots on them, and I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just going to use this slab right here for my demonstration. But I'm going to talk about some of the issues I've had while using the Wild Country Revo for top rope soloing, and then also for lead soloing. If you watched my lead rope soloing video that I just made, actually, it was right up there where I did it around the corner. You'll see that I used a gree for pretty much everything, and I actually did have a reason for that, and that's because I've used the Revo for rope soloing before, but I recently did a few tests with it and I wasn't happy with how it performed in case I fell, and so I'm going to recreate that for you right here. Now, a couple of different things, or I had a couple of different setups last time with while using this for rope soloing. For one, I had most of the rope below the Revo, so that could affect the results that I get now, but I will explain that in the video. Now let's set it up. Let's actually pop this on when I get down there. I don't want to go down with two devices. Would help if I loaded this thing right, huh? Okay, so here's my next setup. I'm down from the anchor, maybe about 15 feet. I have my backup line tied off with a bite knot right here. And another thing I'm going to do is on the Revo side is I'm going to move up a little bit. Got this fun little slab right here. Just move up to right there. Pull this guy a bit. And then so the idea is that I pull some rope out of this thing. Whoops, maybe it's the other one. Oh. So now I got it, it's all loaded. This thing is loose, and the idea is that we're going to put another backup knot here. And so this is what I'm really expecting, is the Revo is going to catch on the backup knot before this thing comes into play. And so it's kind of like a fully closed system, but then to back it up I have another fully closed system. So anyway, let me start climbing. Pull rope through. Another thing that I didn't mention at the start was how dirty the slab was, but with the weight of the rope it easily pulls through the Revo, but I don't think I have enough rope down there to weight it. Actually I do. It's sliding through easier than the gree, that's for sure. Alright, so I think I have enough slack here to do my first demonstration. Just pull more rope through the gree here. Alright, and so the idea with the Revo, it is a self-locking device, or sorry, an auto-locking device, just like the gree. But I found that with these falls, like by doing these same test falls, top rope soloing with this thing is, I think the weight of the rope, even if it's not that much weight, will actually occlude the braking system on this thing, which should be right there. That's when the whole thing is locked in place. But if that's not preset, then the rope slides smoothly through it. So let's see what happens. This is gonna suck. And there we have it. So you can see if this backup knot wasn't here, then I would have just slid all the way down to the end of my rope, or be caught on this one. So you can see how even with a full fall, I still wasn't able to make it lock. Let's try to go a bit further. Oh, there are people down there. Okay, so I And that's not what I want to do. I'm just going to go up higher on the slab, that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is keep the same knot, same exact setup. Climb up my slab, my dirty slab, with the rope. God damn, it's hard. And then the idea is that the rope slides through this device. This is the same distance as before. Loosen this guy up. I'm going to go up one more. Pull a bunch of rope through. God damn that. Oh, hey! Hey, look at that! Oh, it braked. Oh my god, that's the first time that's happened. Where before I hit the knot, and actually, it brakes for me. And then I can slide down. Whoa! Going back again. Okay, so I really wasn't expecting that. Every other time, it's gone all the way to the knot. So I just need to have the knot lower or something? That's what I'll do. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, let's give the knot a wee bit more room. God, it's gonna be a scary fall. Anyway, I'll probably hit the gree-gree, won't I? Well, no, I won't, because the Revo will stop me. Hey, look at that! Actually clicked for me. Yeah, this thing is not as weird as I thought. Further testing is now required. I'm not going to do that. Oh, I know. Or do I know? Do I actually know what I'm going to do? That's right. Spill off all the rope. It's wedged in there. What the fuck is that guy have such a packed backpack with? That'll be fine. Okay, so here's my new test that I just set up. Oh, this thing's still recording. Turn it off? Yes, it is. Okay, so my new test that I'm doing is instead of having a little bit of rope out, I fed out over half of the rope. So now the weight of the rope will actually be a factor. Set up just like before. It's ready to lock. Here's my backup knot for my gree-gree. Feed more slack out. Here's my step. Oh, my step's way down there. So I'll go down down a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. The backup knot for the Gree. And my backup knot for the Revo right here. Hopefully that won't stretch too much. Time for it to hit that one. Just bump this one down a wee bit. Alright. Oh god, that's... It's kind of a long way to fall, isn't it? I don't have to fall that far. Let's move that knot up. Okay, I guess that's better. It's not really much of a clean knot. Maybe I should make it a clean knot. A nice long tie. Okay, so here's my other theory I had, was the weight of the rope is going to keep this thing from pinching up when you fall on it. And I've had this happen in the field. Let's see now. Do I have everything set? Yeah, I do. Okay, here we go. I'll be damned. Seems to be catching now. I'll even make it down to my knot. Alright then, test number 2. Pop that guy back in place. Pop everything back in place. There's something pinched here. There we go. I'm starting to get used to it now. Yeah. It's catching every time, and actually not that far. I was only standing here, so I mean it only takes once the rope starts accelerating at 2 meters per second, that's when this thing locks up. I just pop it and let it go. Back onto. That is another thing I haven't tested yet. I'll give that one a shot. Here we go. Okay, that time I didn't really put all my weight into it until it was a little late. Oh, I didn't give it time. There we go, let's go up a bit higher. Let's try this one out again. I'm going to do this the right way. Pop that in place. God damn, that is a hard catch. But I gotta say, it's working now. I've probably done at least 6 or 7 falls. Maybe closer to 10, I don't know, I haven't been keeping count, but there's only that one fall I made it to the end of the rope, like to the blocker knot, and then every fall afterwards it stopped way before. It's so interesting. I guess really what I was planning to do was show how this thing wasn't catching when I used it the first time, and what I mean by that is I was rope soloing out an index, and I did a couple of top rope falls like this on this. I was rope soloing out an index, and I did a couple of top rope falls on this thing, exactly sort of the same setup, and it would go all the way to my blocker knot, which is way down here right now. I mean, even now, I really am only getting about maybe a meter of falling before this thing actually locks up. So, and if my memory serves me, I was using basically the same rope. It was colored purple, but it was the same Sterling Arrow 9.2 rope, and it's catching on it just fine now. It's very bizarre. So originally I was going to say don't use this for soloing because it didn't catch me those couple of times. And now, the first time it didn't catch me, but it's been catching me every other time. So what I would say is, so far, go ahead and use it for, I mean, there's so many more variables. I guess so far it passes the test, but the next thing I really want to try it out is for lead rope soloing, which I can't test with where I'm at right now, but that would probably answer the final question of if this thing still holds up. I mean, so far it held every time doing top rope solo. It's interesting, it just didn't lock up on me those few times. So I guess bottom line, like you do with any other self-breaking devices, keep some sort of stopper knot in the rope. But yeah, go ahead and start experimenting with this. I kind of wish I experimented more on my lead rope soloing video, but I think that, yeah, so far it's working for me just fine. I'll do more testing with different ropes, different diameters and whatnot, different circumstances and leading, and I'll film all those and put them into another video. But for now, it's working. I mean, I don't know why it slipped all the way to the stopper knot on me those first couple of times, but now it's working just fine.